Yeah, 2.57. Yes sarvatrana visnehas tattat prapya shubhashvam navinandati nadveshti tasya prajna pratishtita. In the material world, one who is unaffected by whatever good or evil he may obtain, neither praising it nor despising it, is firmly fixed in perfect knowledge. Exalted state. Perfect. There is always some upheaval in the material world, which may be good or evil. One who is not agitated by such material upheavals, who is unaffected by good and evil, is to be understood to be fixed in Krishna consciousness. As long as one is in the material world, there is always the possibility of good and evil, because this world is full of duality. But one who is fixed in Krishna consciousness is not affected by good and evil, because he is simply concerned with Krishna, who is all good, absolute. Such consciousness in Krishna situates one in a perfect transcendental position called technically Samadhi. So we should remember that we are discussing the verses describing symptoms, characteristics of Sthita Prajna. So this state is also called Brahmabhuta. Brahmabhuta basically means liberated from material conception or material bondage. Mukti. One who is liberated from material bondage, this is that person's state of mind. He is unaffected by whatever good or evil he may obtain. And see, this is very important. Actually, I had this misconception when I came into Krishna consciousness, saying that once we become a devotee, nothing is going to happen to me. Yes, enthusiastically engage in serving Krishna, and there will be no problems in life. So childish it was. So this we should understand that there is going to be good and evil, but one should not be agitated by such material upheavals. So the key point here we should note is, how is it that one can become agitated? One has to be fixed in Krishna consciousness. So again, Prabhupada is saying, but one who is fixed in Krishna consciousness. What does this mean? Fixed in Krishna consciousness means, and Prabhupada here is saying, he is simply concerned with Krishna. Actually, Bhagavatam, very interesting, Bhagavatam speaks about two things related to this that I can remember right now. One is very difficult to understand. One is, it says that one must live like a guest in their own house. Okay. Second, Rishabdev actually, today I think one of those verses that I had posted on the group, you're saying that mind gets hooked on to pious and impious things of this world. Even for a devotee, mind gets stuck with good and bad things of this world, which means that we want to praise good things, we want to despise bad things. This is the mind's natural phenomena, nature of the mind is to be doing this: accept, reject, good, accept, bad, reject. But as devotees, we should not get stuck even with good or bad. How do we understand this? Like, for example, we think, oh, I'm doing bhakti. Why these people are troubling me? Or why can't I just do my bhakti without disturbance? Right? All of, I think pretty much If I look at the list of devotees here, all of us have some or the other challenge in our bhakti life, some or the other challenge, right? And we can all be thinking of this, like saying that why is it that I need to face with good and evil? Why can't it be like, like Royal Road? I just have no challenges, no obstructions, no issues, and I just practice bhakti. But we should understand one thing, right? Once we have surrendered to Krishna, ye yatha mam prapadyanti tam tateva bhajamyaham. Now, to the whatever level of sincerity we have surrendered to Krishna, Krishna will take care of us, right? Krishna will take care of us. Krishna will give us whatever is required for our spiritual progress. So, for a devotee, he does not see anything apart from Krishna in all his situations, right? So he's simply concerned with Krishna. Okay, Krishna wants me to go through this. Okay, let me go through this. Why this is happening in my life? Because Krishna thinks this is required in my life. So this is happening. Is it difficult for Krishna to change something in our life? Absolutely no. But he will do whatever is best for us. Uradam sarvabhutanam. Natva mam shantim ricchati. So we should, of course, see, one thing is we should try to practice Krishna Bhakti in spite of whatever situations we are in. Prahlad Maharaj, he didn't give up his practice of Krishna consciousness. In fact, he was so surrendered and that his father is asking him, okay, what is it that you learned in your school? So twice Hiranyakashipu asks him. First time also he says Bhakti. Second time also he is saying Bhakti. He is not, he knows his father is like a number one demon, Asuravarya. But he's not shying away from telling him, saying that Vishnu is supreme. So we don't, each of our situations will be different, but we need to just continue our bhakti in spite of whatever situations we are in. And the more difficult our situation, the more stronger we will become in bhakti. The more fixed we will become in bhakti, because we don't have any other option. As in, the only resort is Krishna. There is no other shelter for such devotees who are really struggling. Right? And then, of course, Lord subsequently will give mercy, things will ease out. And then we'll be like, oh, it all went off. Right? And then we will not look back at all. We will just progress, and finally achieve perfection. But those who are not facing difficulties, they might take things lightly. Okay, it's fine, everything is going fine. Okay, na, we'll do tomorrow. What is urgency? So my own life experience also has been that difficulties make us stronger in Krishna consciousness. So devotee should not even look at this. Basically what this verse is saying, this is not even, see, Brahmabhuta Prasannatma na sochati na kankshati. Na sochati na kankshati. Not worried. Samas sarveshu bhuteshu. Whether that person is a friend or enemy. Samas sarveshu bhuteshu. Mad bhaktim labate param. Only in that stage we will get bhakti. Right? So these verses are extremely powerful. It can just remain as theory for many of us because we can't even understand what this means. Because life is all good. But for others, they can relate to it because they are experiencing this good and evil at all times. But either way, a Krishna conscious person doesn't get affected by this, and this is technically called samadhi, which means that in spite of all the difficulties that we are in, if you can continue to think about Krishna, chant his holy name, serve him in whatever way possible, is samadhi. Amazing. See, just 5 lines. That's why I keep saying, like, Prabhupada's purports are like bombs, right? Like you should just get stuck on to each, like just see one word here makes everything fixed in Krishna consciousness. That's it. Amazingly powerful guidance. Hmm. Anybody has any questions, thoughts?
Yes, so the reason why we should not be agitated
Hmm.
is because these dualities arise from sense perception
Hmm.
from the other verses, right? Is that understanding correct?
Correct, correct. Yeah, but see, that is gnana, right? So this is interesting point Prabhu is making. Okay, see, we can think about it saying that, okay, on the basis of knowledge, can I just remain above duality? Yeah, sometimes we can, but sometimes the force of the situation will be so much that we will naturally, kind of get pulled, dragged. Our enthusiasm will wane off. Physically we might be exhausted, mentally we might be exhausted, right? That is why I said taking good and evil on an ongoing basis is a very challenging thing. It's not easy. It's not easy. None of our gnana helps. Actually, the only thing that helps, as far as I've seen, is attachment to Krishna. Because knowledge will take us up to some level, right? But mm more than knowledge, we require to be attached to Krishna's lotus feet. That is what helps us to rise above duality when things are really difficult, when we are underwater, as they say. Is that okay, Prabhu?
Yes.
Okay, anybody else has anything to share, add, modify? Okay, go to the next verse.